Hey everybody, Chaz Molder, Mayor of the City of Columbia, coming to you today for what is virtual town hall number 4. If you've been following along, you know that we've been hosting these virtual town halls really for 3 reasons over the course of this coronavirus outbreak. Number one is to promote continuity in government so that you know that your government in the City of Columbia continues to work for you on a daily basis, even in a time of a crisis or pandemic. Number two, to show transparency so that you know at a time that you might be wondering what's going on in City Hall when the doors are technically closed to the public. This is a way for us to sort of bring government to you so that you can see what's happening behind the scenes. And then thirdly, it's for providing information to you so that you know what's going on a daily basis and you can take advantage of some things. And today's virtual town hall will be very important and very informative for you, I feel pretty sure. So far we've heard from Murray Regional Medical Center on virtual town hall number 1, where they provided a lot of good information about the medical side of this crisis. And then we heard from Tony Massey, our city manager, and our chiefs of police and fire, where they talked about some of the intricacies of what's going on from just a city hall and first responders perspective. And then last week we heard from Mac Reagan, our Parks and Recreation Director, who talked about ways to still get outside and opportunities to engage in our park system even during a stay-at-home order. Today, I'm very pleased to have 2 of the women behind the scenes of these virtual town halls who have been responsible for these, and really it was their brainchild to bring these to you. And so I'm glad to spotlight them and to allow them to show some of their expertise on some issues that we're going to talk about. First, we have Kellye Murphy with the City of Columbia, who has been here, Kellye, 3 years now?
Yeah, about 3.
About 3. And Kellye is the Visit Columbia Tourism and Marketing Director, and so we're really excited to hear from her. And then we have Jacey, who is one of the newest employees in the City of Columbia, who serves as the Communications Director. And one of the things that we've really aimed to do even before this crisis began was to try to push out information to as many markets and media as possible, and Jacey's really been instrumental in that process. So Kellye and Jacey, welcome to virtual town hall number 4 in front of the camera instead of behind the camera.
Thank you,
Kellye,
Mayor. It's exciting.
Kellye, I'm going to start with you just for a little bit of a way of introduction. Tell us a little bit about your job and a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am the Tourism and Marketing Director, so basically I oversee the program of work for anything related to tourism and marketing, not only for Visit Columbia, which speaks to our visitors, but also for the city, so speaking to our citizens. And I want to steal a minute because I haven't had an opportunity, and I just want to say thank you to the countless medical workers, the doctors and nurses and first responders here in Columbia and Murray County as well for their tireless efforts. We get to see firsthand how our police and fire and emergency management are working 24/7 to serve our citizens, and I'm so grateful for them. But I also want to say thank you to some of our vital city workers who don't get recognized, and that would be public works, sanitation, and even the folks over at the wastewater department. There's a lot that goes on that keeps the city running, and I just want to say thank you to them for all that they do.
Yeah, well, you're exactly right. It takes a lot of people inside City Hall and within the government of the City of Columbia as a whole to make our city operate. And so I echo that as well. Kellye, we'll come back to you in just a second. Jacey, you are the newbie here as Communications Director. Not only are you a new employee, but you're actually filling a new job title that didn't even exist prior to your arrival. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and maybe tell us something that has stuck out to you since your arrival here about 6 months or so ago.
Yeah. So my name is Jacey Bomar, like Mayor said. So I've actually been here like 3 months. Okay. So really, really newbie. And I just want to say back what Kellye said, thank you to everyone in the community that is uniting and that's making this doable and this is bearable during this time. Everyone's been so innovative and coming together, and I think that is one of my main things. My favorite things about Columbia is the people and the generosity and the love and the community that they have for each other.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jacey. We're glad to have you here in 3 months or 6 months. Either way, it seems like years over the last 3 months that we've endured. So, Kellye, I want to start with you because this was in large part sort of your brainchild, the Muletown Mighty, which is an online resource for not just the local businesses, but also for consumers. And I want you to talk about, I don't want to steal your thunder, but one of the things that I love about the saying is it's support locally while distancing socially. And so to that end, Kellye, talk a little bit about Muletown Mighty for those who might not be aware.
So thank you. This has been near and dear to my heart. With travel on pause right now, everybody's sheltering in place still. It's especially important to me that we support local in these tough times. So we created the website called muletownmighty.com. And just a sidebar for a second, we chose Muletown Mighty instead of the usual strong hashtag like Nashville Strong and Murfreesboro Strong, some of the others, because to me, Columbia is unlike any other community around. There's an intense pride in Columbia, and we come together to help each other in times of crisis, just without hesitation, like nobody else. And the word mighty means so much more than strong. It's powerful and possessing great strength and tough. And all those words describe the unrelenting spirit of the people of this community. So back to muletownmighty.com. The website itself is a central hub of information. It's just lists of who's open and how they're doing business. It's a shopping resource for the community so they can help support local. You know, some of these merchants are learning to do business in new ways that they maybe for the first time they're online, or they're doing social media and selling through direct messaging, stepping up social media strategies, offering curbside service, free local delivery, bulk meal options. It's been so impressive to see how everyone has stepped up and really changed their game to stay relevant right now. So Muletown Mighty is also a resource for the COVID-19, just the coronavirus. There's information on there, federal, state, and local. That is also available on there. If there's a business that would like to be listed, it's free. Muletownmighty.com is totally free to be listed. If you just go to the website, there's plenty of information. You can reach out to us and we will list you on there. We're sharing the website to the public regularly on social media, and we just did an interview with News 2, which aired yesterday. So, and there's also a Facebook page at Muletown Mighty that's available.
One of the things I like about Muletown Mighty is that it sort of serves as a sort of central command center for the various pieces of information that you see. Businesses
Right.
try to get their word out, and you know, a lot of times businesses will get drowned out in other social media posts, and so this allows them to sort of bring their message to a central clearinghouse that then distributes it out. Have you noticed, Kellye, a lot of success in terms of businesses utilizing it, and then individuals also using it to see sort of what they're able to do and where they're able to shop?
I think so. I mean, we're getting a variety of businesses that are listing on there, even some services, some cleaning services are listed on there. So there's been a wide variety of people. And, you know, I've had some merchants say that they're doing really well online. And I would like to think that maybe it's in part due to the muletownmighty.com website, but obviously it's due to their efforts as well.
Right. Well, there's no question that those small businesses have had to adapt and do some things a little more innovative, perhaps, than they did prior to this crisis. And I told a small business owner today that I think that those who have been willing to sort of step outside of the box a little bit are going to find that they're going to be more successful when we return to a sense of normalcy than those who might not have been willing to step out. And so I think Muletown Mighty certainly provided a platform for that. Of course, we know that Muletown Mighty was created for the specific purpose of helping some small businesses during a time of crisis and bringing some unity to our businesses and for our consumers. There's been another sort of a state-led initiative, Jacey, I'll turn to you now, called the Tennessee Talent Exchange, which was also created sort of as a response to the crisis. And for those who might not know what the Tennessee Talent Exchange is, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so the Tennessee Talent Exchange, what it does, it's a really great resource. and it matches Tennesseans who are out of work due to COVID-19 health emergency with current jobs in their local area. So the state of Tennessee, they have partnered with the Grocery and Convenience Store Association, Tennessee Retail Association, and the Hospitality Tennessee. And so they formed the Tennessee Talent Exchange, and you can find that at www.jobs4tn.gov. And like I said, it's just a really great resource, and it matches you with current jobs that are currently available in your local area.
Sounds like, Jacey, what it does is it's helping an industry that might be seeing a lot of jobs lost, such as the hotel and hospitality industry, connecting with an industry that might have a need for jobs right now, being the retailers and the grocery stores. And so what I liked about this, and it's what you just said, is it's a collaborative approach. One segment of the industry is not doing so hot, and the other segment is needing workforce unlike ever before. And so it's sort of bringing that together. And so jobs4tn.gov is the website. And of course, we know that in the city of Columbia, we have a lot of hospitality related jobs. And so to those who might be losing jobs or worried about their jobs, I think that visiting that website would be a good resource for them.
Yeah, most definitely.
Kellye, let me go back to you now regarding the tourism marketing today, recognizing that everything tourism related and marketing related has been sort of turned upside down. I'm sure there was a lot of things that you were working on around, I don't know, mid-February that was totally different from what you find yourself working on today. So talk a little bit about the tourism marketing and what you have going on today.
Yeah, so upside down. Well, marketing is all about messaging, targeting, and timing. And we know this is not the time to invite travelers, to visit Columbia, not just yet. We want everyone to stay at home right now and continue to follow the governor's orders. We will continue to share information about our destination on social media. Right now, our job is to inspire future visits to Columbia. And soon we will move towards our full marketing program as the situation resolves, and more than anything is when sentiment says it's time. We're in the works to complete a new visitor guide right now, so we're still working on our important tools, and expect to see newly designed Visit Columbia billboards on I-65, and we will continue to work with the State Department of Tourism as well.
I know there's nothing I like more than riding on 65 and seeing the city of Columbia Visit Columbia logos. And one thing too that I really appreciate, Kellye, that you have done is recognizing that we are in an unusual time, and some of the things you are working on might not be as prevalent today, but on the other hand, recognizing that that light at the end of the tunnel is going to come. And I think that the cities who bounce back the quickest are going to be those cities who have continued to position themselves for the return to normal. And I appreciate what you and your office is doing in that regard. Even though, as you said, we're not able to encourage visitors to come to Columbia quite yet, there is an opportunity, Jacey, as I understand it, for visitors to have a virtual tour or virtual vacation to the city of Columbia. So talk about that.
Yeah, so when all this approached, of course, me and Kellye were racking our brain on what we could do to still, get Columbia out there. We still want people to see this great town. So we created Virtual Vacation Week, and we're really excited about it. And so the state travels website, tnvacation.com, they're promoting right now the Explore Tennessee from Your Couch. And so we wanted to do kind of the same thing, but a little bit different. And they're offering resources and photos of destinations around Tennessee. Well, we wanted to do the same thing for Visit Columbia, so we put together Virtual Vacation Week. And we've created a way for our visitors and for the local community to share their amazing photos and videos and experiences that they've had in Columbia through our digital partner, CrowdRiff. And so this platform allows us to display a colorful gallery of those photos and videos on our website, and you can find that at visitcolumbiatn.com. And then we'll also be sharing all this information and content on our social media platforms. throughout the week. So check in on it and please participate if you'd like to.
So if somebody wants to post to this, they can go to visitcolumbia.com, and their photo of some Columbia landmarks or where they may have visited or some of their favorite places in Columbia will be highlighted on that site and on social media posts. And to your point about the state of Tennessee, the tnvacation.com, you can go and do some virtual tours of the Chattanooga Aquarium or the Graceland Hotel in Memphis, and also the James K. Polk Home right here in downtown Columbia. So there's some opportunities to virtually vacate across the state by going to the state website, but also participating here at visitcolumbiatn.com. Kellye, on that note regarding tourism, talk about some of the stats that we're seeing for tourism in the city of Columbia, recognizing that those stats are going to be skewed for the foreseeable future, but also recognizing Columbia was in a pretty good place up to this point.
Yeah, and these stats are really more of a national, and a lot of it's about sentiment. But according to Key Data Dashboard, they're a real-time vacation rental data company. Many southern states are already showing a return to 2019 levels for booking in July and August of this year, 2020. So travelers are ready to take vacations. And then according to researcher destination analysts, they shared some independent research regarding travel behaviors, sentiment, and perception of American travelers. 45% will be looking to take more road trips when we're able to get back out. 54% are looking to take a staycation instead of a vacation, so people are looking to stay a little closer to home. 31% though have already rescheduled a trip that had been postponed earlier. 69% miss traveling and can't wait to get out and travel again, and I am in that percentage. And 47% say they will get back into travel, but carefully, while 13% say they are jumping right back in. And beaches, small towns and cities, and national parks are among the first trips Americans will take when they feel safe to travel again. Again, this is sticking with places that are closer to home, smaller destinations, and we fall within that category. So that's kind of exciting news for us.
Well, that is good to hear that small towns are going to be on the list, because I think those towns that properly market themselves are going to be the ones that are going to be the first to be attractive to folks. And there's no question that the marketing going on inside the walls of City Hall is substantial right now. It's also interesting to hear that staycations are a hot commodity, because right now it seems like our staycation is at our homes of this stay-at-home order, but recognizing that as that is released, we're probably still going to be reluctant to get on an airplane or maybe even travel a far distance, but we'll know that the city of Columbia has plenty of options for families who may want to take advantage of some of the luxuries that we have here in our own backyard.
Absolutely. And, we're looking at our marketing in a phased approach, and, we're kind of in phase one now where we want to inspire people to come here. We're not trying to hard sell anybody to be here. We know this isn't the time. People are sheltering at home, but we want to help them dream about Columbia without selling them. So we're sharing these scenic photos and videos, especially like we're doing with Virtual Vacation Week this week. So dream now, visit later. Won't be long though. Phase two is more about new beginnings, and it's promoting our outdoors, it's day trips, it's that small town, again, that we talked about, weekend itineraries, top 10 listicles, or, 8 great things to do while you're in Columbia, 24 hours in Columbia, etc. But in that conversation, we have to talk about what Columbia is doing differently to keep visitors safe. So there's that added layer of the new normal that we're going back to. Phase 3 is getting back to normal almost. And that is, attractions being more direct about offering hotels and are offering discounts. Same with hotels. By fall, travelers will be more willing to consider longer trips. So we're phasing back into this. Phase 4 is it's back to that normal. But again, that new normal, safety and sanitation are part of our new marketing messages post-pandemic. And other nuances will rear their head over time as far as what we need to be clued into for our travelers. And some groups will still be more sensitive to travel cautions than others. Everybody's different, but we're working our way that way.
Well, and I appreciate that good work that's continuing to happen. To go off script and not to put y'all on the spot, but it just occurs to me that we have some some marketing folks here and who are always promoting the city of Columbia and Visit Columbia. So Kellye, if you had to think of one place that you could visit in Columbia, do you have a spot that you could narrow it down to just one spot in town?
That I would love to visit?
Yeah, well, just that, yeah, one of your favorite visit spots to encourage people who might be watching that might want to make Columbia their destination in the coming weeks and months ahead.
You know what? I am lucky enough to turn around and look out my window and see the most beautiful downtown ever anywhere. So, and I get out and walk that and go to lunch there. And I'm very fortunate, and I want other people to experience that too. You know, it's beautiful architecture and it's a beautiful downtown square, but the people are just as beautiful. So come downtown.
I like that answer. Downtown. Jacey, do you have one you want to share?
Like she said, when I look out, I see downtown as well. It's a beautiful place. Definitely come visit. But over my downtown, I get to see a park. So definitely our outside areas too. We have some great parks and some great outdoors and trails, and I'm definitely an outdoorsy person. So downtown, parks, there's plenty to do here.
All right. Downtown parks. And just because I asked, I'll also give my answer. Not that it was asked of me, but one of my favorite spots is the James K. Polk Home. And actually, my law office is next door to the Polk Home. And so when I walk to and from work, I get to walk by it every day. And they're doing a lot of cool things inside right now to sort of get ready for their reopening. They're actually doing some things outside right now. Doing an outdoor garden and some educational items that'll come along with it. So if I were talking to somebody that might be interested in a trip to Columbia, I definitely would talk about our downtown. I definitely would talk about our parks, but I'd also encourage them to visit the James K. Polk Home because there's a lot to see and learn there. So Kellye and Jacey, great virtual town hall number 4. Had a lot of fun with this one and really appreciate all the good work that y'all are doing. If you're watching this, I know it's probably delayed from when we taped it, but we are April 21st. And as you know, the governor hasn't made the announcement that he's going to release the stay-at-home order effective at the end of the month, April 30th. So we'll start seeing some changes. We're going to look for some continued guidance for him as to what those changes will look like. But you can rest assured that the city of Columbia will continue to stay out front of that and make sure that it's doing everything it can to facilitate the return. Economic return while also balancing the health concerns as well. So continue to do your part by staying apart and socially distancing and adhering to the governor's orders. Because of all that you have done so far, I think we are seeing the result of that being a positive trajectory in terms of the flattening of the curve. And I know that's because of the good work that you've done. So for Kellye and Jacey, I'm Chaz Molder with the City of Columbia saying thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.